Welcome to the soapbox for General Secretary Technical Affairs. We have the candidates seated there along with the panelists. Kumar Ayush, who has been the WNCC manager as well as the Inter-IT contingent leader. We have Varunesh Goyal, who has been the biotech manager. And we have Naman Gupta, who has been a technical secretary during his sophomore year as well as the Tinkerers Lab manager during his third year. We now begin with the opening statement of the candidate. It should be completed within 3 minutes.
Hello everyone, my name is Atul Nambolan. I am a third year UG student in mechanical department. Throughout my stay in the institute, I have explored multiple avenues of technical activities. I was highly enthusiastic in my second year in Aero Modeling Club because I became a convener at the Aero Modeling Club. Simultaneously, I was also part of the technical team AU IRTB. So during this period of time, I explored that there's a huge disconnect between the technical council and the tech teams, both of which were initially founded by the same set of people. So to bridge this gap, I took the post of tech team's nominee this year. And I can definitely say that today, due to the collective efforts during my tenure, a stronger collaboration exists between the teams and the council. I was part of the Inter-IT technical meet this year as well. And to be honest, we could not perform up to the mark, and even though we had a lot of potential. And I personally feel this is one thing which I will strive to improve. Through my intensive groundwork, I have identified many problems in the current system, and I have tried to address them in my manifesto by following certain ideologies, which are: first is outreach. The vast achievements of the technical community needs to be recognized and publicized, and as well as the various opportunities that are available to students are not properly made aware of. The second being, I feel being at a premier technical institute, I think we should come up with innovative solutions to problems in multiple spheres in life, and as well as increase the quality of projects that are coming from the technical council. Third, although Tinkerers Lab has grown over the years in terms of infrastructure and overall usage by students, yet somewhere I feel it is yet to become a tech hub and center for innovation, and also the involvement of non-student stakeholders such as professor and alumni at TL needs to be addressed. Fourth, the Inter-IT technical meet presents a very unique and great opportunity for us to hone the technical skills of the students, and it provides a platform where various clubs and technical teams can come together to increase the glory of our technical community. So that's what I want to tell, and I am going to next slide.
We now move on to the manifesto debate, wherein the panelists will be asking questions to the candidate. Each question cannot take more than 5 minutes of discussion, and it should not exceed 30 minutes on the whole. Just as a notice, we are not allowed to quote any dean, director or any of them. You can mention that their authority is there. Please start.
Starting with the first point under technical project, the TL project. Can you elaborate on the details of the platform and by when will this be implemented? Also, who will be heading this platform? And you have mentioned that the projects will be approved and will be helped to set well-defined end goals. So, who will be mentoring and heading that? There is further mention of reimbursement. So, who will be doing the reimbursement? And finally, the TL newsletter, what will be the content, who will be the writer, and what will be the circulation channels for that?
Okay. First, coming to the platforms. Platforming, the idea is there will be already to the existing TL website. We will add a tab, which is for the students to propose a project there. And regarding the execution of the whole plan, regarding who will be heading and in the approval and in the reimbursement cycle, there will be a project norm position this year, whose one of the main responsibility will be to take up these initiatives of approving them, looking at the projects and getting the approvals done. And as well as he is the guy who will be connecting the specific teams of students to have them this specialized training session. as well as then help them create these special set points to achieve their goals. And we will also connecting them to on requirement basis to mentors in the institute who are specialists in certain areas. There will be no generic mentor for a particular thing. It will be only on requirement to requirement basis. And once, as I said, this project manager will be helping them get set points according to their academic loads and other stuff. And once it is being achieved, we will then initiate the reimbursement cycle. And simultaneously, not more than 2 to 3 or 4 projects will not be running under this scheme. You are addressing your last question regarding TL newsletter. TL newsletter will be, the main contribution will be done by the TL conveners and the design team will be there. And it is just done twice every semester. Channels we will be using for addressing alumni and professor, our existing faculty notices and alumni connection.
First of all, you mentioned that the portal would be on the website. So the current website of Tinkerers Lab, as far as I know, it doesn't have that much reach. How they propose to increase the reach for that? And again, the reimbursement, where do they come from? The source for the reimbursement of the project. Where will the funding come from?
Reimbursement of the project will be done through the STAR fund. The very reason why we are able to do is, if you look at the past few records, we are always been underspent. So we have sufficient budgets to cater to these projects. Considering the TL platform and the website, websites can be initially publicized in our orientation events and all such events, which will gradually increase the publicity. And also we will be sending out mails saying that you can propose such project events, and we will be mentioning the TL website of the platform.
Okay, lastly, I mentioned when will this be implemented?
Implementation cycle about bringing in the website thing will be done in August period, and project cycle will start around September period. And it will go on for the year, and students can propose at any time of the year. It doesn't restrain them that they should apply only in this period or so.
So, I would like to ask the question related to the first point under the inter-IT technique, wherein you have mentioned regarding the early appointment of contingent leader and establishment of a proper framework. So, can you please elaborate on this framework which you are desiring, and also how early appointment of the contingent leader rather than a proper selection of the team is like, I would feel that proper selection criteria for the team members would be a more valuable point. So, 2 parts.
Yes. I would like to counter that in this way manner, like in the selection procedure of the team as well. The contingent leader is one guy who should helping out and playing a major role himself. He is the one who will be leading the team along with me in some sense. I will not be directly involved in the team selections and the procedures. So early appointment of contingent leader is a necessary step to ensure that the team formation happens successfully. Coming to proper framework, the framework involves that there is a regular predefined meetups which will be defined that to ensure that project development is regularly tracked, and as well as to check on how early the requirements are met for the projects, like resources are required. This time there were some delays in meeting the requirements of resources, which will be tackled through this proper framework by starting it in an early procedure and setting out predefined deadlines and doing a follow-up on it. So that is what I mean by a proper framework.
So, regarding the proper framework thing, there are issues which come up, and despite the team putting best of its efforts, there have been cases in this year's inter-IT technique that some of the team members could not contribute due to various reasons. Or even after putting in the best efforts, the outcome was not up to our expectations. Like when we compare it to different other IITs, we felt that it was below par. So the steps which you have mentioned for the framework, I'm not very convinced how they will be able to resolve these issues. Because the other IITs, they have a very specialized setting up of teams, and throughout the year they have this group of people who are working on such projects, such topics, and they prepare specially for interactive.
So framework is, first of all, coming to framework is just a feedback mechanism on reviewing the project. Coming to team selection. Team selection, the idea is rather than just going for a direct selection basis, we will be first on the initial proposals, we will be calling ideation sessions of people. There will be multiple ideation sessions on how to go about it and regarding discussing various aspects. And based on these ideation sessions and the plan of action which the students suggest at the end of these ideation sessions, we will be forming teams. Since these students will be already attending a couple of sessions, it shows those students who will be not able to dedicate a lot of time will be eliminated in the initial steps itself to large extent. This will ensure that in the end, the students who are staying back are going to ensure much more time contribution towards the project. And since the session is, students are being selected based on the ideation session and then the plan of action, so they already will have a more idea about how to execute the project, which will allow us to utilize the time in the end much more effectively into testing and fabrication, which will slowly improve the quality. And it always happens that in the end, sometimes, even with all these things, some of the projects doesn't go completed. That is in the hand of fate.
Okay. So, in the section publicity, outreach and digital support, you mentioned collaborate with IITB developers community for development of new websites and improving existing website of TL and Technical Council. What is this IITB developers community? Will you please elaborate and make us more aware of this community?
Yes. IITB developers community is a group of students who take up presently do take up projects in coding area which caters to institute needs, and they have several list of projects which were done this time under season of code which they are taking up and to form such a group of students.
Can you give an example of such a project?
Yes, IITB's the app is one such example of project.
But
It has been going on for some time, I'm aware of it.
so, what is the status? I mean, what is this community? We do not see it in public. I mean, I do not recall seeing their work in
Yes,
action.
right now it is being under the umbrella of WNCC. So it has not come out as a widespread community as such, but it has a fair number of students related to WNCC working on it. And the projects is already available on the Season of Code platform, which will be integrated with this program.
But the thing is, you want to collaborate with them for development of something new. The impression I'm getting is that the projects they already have are not in a very good state. So, how are you going to collaborate with something, let's use the word, which is sort of dead, and
Yes,
then do something new?
I've already talked to the existing WNCC managers who had taken up to them as an initiative to revamp this in the next coming years. So, on my communication with them, they have promised that existing site development can be taken up as an initiative in this, and they are ready to take it up.
Coming to the first point on Tinker's Laboratory, the TL committee. About the committee, what will be the capacity to exercise? Like, will that be an official committee or an interest group? And if official, how do you plan to implement that? The hierarchy on that, who will be, whether the manager comes under the committee or whether the manager is the superior, how does that work, the hierarchy? And what do you mean by the strategic plan of Tinker's Lab? And finally, elaborate on the major role that you see for this TL committee to deliver their delivery.
Okay. So, first of all, coming to what is the role of a TL committee. So, the strategic plan is the TL has a vision, sometimes not just limited to 1 year, to make some drastic improvements and to bring in some big scale projects. The vision has to be passed on very effectively. And as well as we need to bring in people who have a lot more experience than a third year manager to initiate these things. So the idea of TL committee is one where the previous TL managers and certain people who are active TL members and who know about a lot about usage are forming together and creating a plan about how TL should be, and will be assisting the manager in getting these things done. The other thing is when very heavy equipments, it is not easily possible for a single person to decide upon whether to what specs to go on and things to come up with. Here a group of people who have experience in these related areas are suggesting and cross-talking and coming up with and deciding in which instrument to go for. So these are the two stars for the committees. Regarding official recognition, yes, there will be some official recognition which I will be fighting for to respective authorities, so that it doesn't just becomes like a redundant community without any recognition. And yes, regarding the hierarchy, I said it will be not an above or below thing. It will be a committee which will be assisting the manager according him to carry out the vision for him.
So you said that you will try to get an official recognition for the same. So from what I feel, the committee members are there just to suggest. First of all, there is no obligation for the manager to follow them. They will just be giving suggestions. So I'm not sure how that will work out. Plus, as well as if they are not officially recognized or appointed, they might not actually be that interested after all. So that is one of the things. And again, I would like to say, what do you mean by the strategic plan as such? You said that there is some vision that needs more than 1 year of input. But what exactly do you have in mind when you say the strategic plan?
Exactly in mind is what all type of infra developments, how we should improve usage over the period of time, and how we should go about involving faculty and alumni with such sort of initiatives require not just 1 year or a half semester type initiatives and long-term planning. That's what comes in strategic planning. Second thing is, as I already mentioned, I will be pushing for official recognition. And right now I have directly pushed for it because we need to make a proper proposal before approaching authorities. And what was your third point?
Again, the manager might not be like, if you're just suggesting, the manager might feel the obligation that he has to follow.
Firstly, official recognition comes there. And the second thing is, we can take the example of TL Open House already, where a lot of people who are actually seniors and involved with it come and suggest and manager carefully accepts it. So we already have a very informal setting where the manager is already taking such suggestions and carrying it forward. So just by slightly formalizing it, this structure, I don't think it will become an issue for the manager to do.
Okay, again, when you say TL Open House, it happens once a year, and that too at the end of the time. As far as I know, both of the time that happens. So it is something that happens just to realize what all the problems are and what you can do about it. It's not suggesting or taking any strategic vision forward. That is first thing. And secondly, are you aware of any strategic plan that is existing for Tinker's Lab?
Yes, I am aware of the TL vision which is there and those related documents which were just trying to meet what Tinker's Lab should be.
So I'm not fully satisfied with the answer, but I'm not nothing to counter.
In your clubs and Tech GC section, regarding the Tech GC, you have mentioned include simplified elements from well-established problem statements of national, international competitions and open challenges to make problems more interesting. What I believe is that all the club managers or the institute secretaries have always been trying to do this thing. And despite their best efforts, the participation in Tech GCs in general when compared to the other genres has been dismal, and the tech secretaries or the tech posts themselves have to be the participants. So, can you please make it more clear what type of problems, or by citing some examples, like what is the existing Tech GC and what different problems you are supposed to, you may suggest.
Yeah. So coming to that Tech GC point, it's not like I'm bringing in a drastic structural change to the already existing things. The couple of mid-prep GCs, one or two of them, because I've always found that even though club managers try to bring in and try to innovate the problem, in the end, even if they try to innovate, it happens so that these problems have never been executed anywhere. So the idea of picking up a well-established problem is so that we have some examples of how to go about it and have a very clear idea about actually implementing feasibility of that thing. And why I was including this is during my groundwork, at least a few of the tech courses, like 2 or 3 I'm saying, suggested the idea that they didn't really find a couple of mid-prep GCs very interesting or awesome, and they said that if it would have been in similar lines with these competitions, it would have really motivated us to do more. So only to cater to them, at least 1 or 2 GCs I'm trying to bring in these elements. Examples would be like robust of CUAS competition, you can take for aero GC, you can take elements from that. You can take a chemical example, okay, AICHE, and do that for an energy club GC. Take these small elements like it should be a vehicle driven by chemical source. That's an example of simplified problems which we could make to accommodate and make these problems more interesting.
Okay. So, regarding such already established problems in competitions, the concern that would arise is that the time span which is given to the teams in the hostels to get done with the GC, to prepare for it and to make the project or whatever is demanded of them is not big enough for them to come out with their own innovations. And what might happen in such well-established problem statements is that they simply pick up elements which have already been implemented by teams, and ultimately it is not a part of how much you have learned about the thing, but how well you are just able to duplicate somebody else's work. And that in many senses might defeat the very purpose of having a tech GC.
First of all, considering regarding the timeline, the idea of simplification itself is to accommodate in a 2-week period or so that it can be done by the hostels. Second thing is, yes, some part of ideation we are losing on those elements, but the thing is in executing itself we learn a lot of things which ensures that the whole idea that DC should be creating an allowing these activities to be continued in hostels, because in the end in execution itself people are learning a lot of elements which they usually don't explore. Because as I said, we are just saying that it will be element which is a chemical based source. That is the idea behind it. So they have a lot of options to explore there itself. It is not ideating from very scratch, but still a lot of ideation goes even in executing that, which doesn't reach the purpose. Because they will have to learn a lot of other things while executing itself. And which serves the purpose. Only the very initial scratch level ideation is missing in this type of event. And we already have a couple of other events where we are doing even from very scratch itself. So it doesn't reach the purpose because it's just 1 or 2 GCs which focuses more on execution stuff, which is also equally important.
So first of all, you said that you will be picking up the model from international or national competitions.
Some of the
Yeah, so that is basically model replication, or you'll be taking the problems as well, first of all. I don't think, like, you mentioned that 2 or 3 course came up to you and said that they don't really feel that the problems are interesting. So that happens every year with all the because the distribution of students is not equal. So they might come up with such excuses, maybe, and I don't really know whether that actually is a causal that the problems are not interesting. That maybe just because the participation or the points they are getting is low, and they are not able to have the participation. Third, the participation in general for the GCs is very low. You must have realized it, I hope. So what do you plan to do for that? Okay, the problems are interesting, everything is okay. You have done that part, but you need people to do that, because as far as I know, the participation is like very disappointing.
So I will give you here an example of previous GCs, like KND action you can say. For many hostels it was too tough and they said we couldn't make it possible. But at least in a couple of hostels, or you can even take example of physics GCs which has a very quality project. The idea is there will be at least 2 or 3 hostels which will be taking this seriously. Not all hostels, I'm saying it always happens. At least 2 or 3 hostels which will be seriously doing it about it, and there they say that initially even though people get involved in it and they're able to learn it, and this is just 1 or 2 GCs for those type set of people, because we already have another set of problem statements and GCs which are way too generic and for much larger participation in this.
I would like to say that first of all, when you say that at least 2 or 3 hostels will be able to do it, then it defeats the purpose of a general championship. There is a general word in that. So you have to have it like a vision in general for a general championship that people of all types can participate in it, and there can be a fair comparison or a competition between them. So you have to maintain this fairness. So your basic idea that a general championship is successful if at least 2 or 3 hostels are able to come up with a good project doesn't really like
Stand up to the spirit of it.
yeah. So obviously it has to be interesting and it has to have a learning element, but then again you have to generalize it enough so that people can get enthusiastic about it and do it. So that should be the point, I think.
Yes, I will try to accordingly modify what you are saying to accommodate to ensure.
Go on.
Coming to the cycle of organization, the first is that TEDx event will be a half-day event, which will be done in the second semester during my tenure, that is in 2019. The half-day event, we are considering that we are initially doing it for the first time, so it will be for nearly 100 attendees, which will be done in LTPCSC, which we have as a location. I have already talked to people from ICT who have conducted such events, and I have realized the process, it takes nearly 2 months of planning. And considering it is a half-day event and of a local TEDx community event, we would have to, an organizing committee of 6 to 7 people would be sufficient to have it make this possible. And the human resources, some of the human resources will be coming from the technical council, and some of the additional roles I may call in semester for organizing this.
Can you repeat the last sentence?
I'm saying some of the roles will be filled by the people from technical committee itself, or the council itself. For some of the additional roles, I will be calling out in or as an organizer position.
So, okay. So you said it takes 2 months to organize this and it would be conducted in the spring semester. So let me estimate. End of February we have our midterms. So what you're effectively looking at is January, February, a bit of March effectively, right? And some
for which he will be given 2 to 3 minutes of time, and then the panel will be given 1 minute each to express their opinions on it, after which there will be specific questions from the panel to the candidate, and on each of the questions there will be 2 minutes of debate. So the first question is, IIT Bombay is a premier technical institution and research affiliated with campus. The campus has actively shaped the impact of technology in our society. This glory is not reflected very well in the technical club activities and the projects, where most of the projects remain incomplete and without documentation. Even with the ITSP, students tend to remake some of the previous year's ideas. How can the GS Tech fill this gap in innovation and social impact of the technical activities in the campus and on the student level?
Okay. So coming to the problems of project, from what I identify from my groundwork is that very senior students already have a lot of other avenues where they have much more incentive than to do projects with us. And coming to junior students, they are always, whenever we are floating projects, they are highly enthusiastic and they come to us. The only problem is that we never plan our projects in such a way to consider their other loads and priorities, and they end up losing the interest into it. And that is what I want. Effect is that I have proposed TL projects and summer and winter projects in such a way that TL projects is for these junior students, where they can come up with their own ideas, and we are helping them span specifically to accommodate their academic loads and other loads and set their guidelines for them, so that more project completion happens. For senior students, we are taking very special tailored projects from organizations which will have incentive, like it will be problems of complexity, which will involve from product to product realization type challenges, which would interest senior students, as well as I will be pushing for incentives like stipends for them. Coming to ITSP thing, the whole idea of ITSP thing is that we will be shifting the abstract cycle in the front and splitting it into 2-phase system. So that during my groundwork, I found that many students complaining that a 1 week or 2 week period is not sufficient for them to think and ideate. So that is a very big idea behind shifting it ahead and splitting it into 2 phases of ideation, so that we can teach them about project feasibility, as well as we can give them more time about ideation, which will gradually improve the quality of projects, as well as since we are teaching them project feasibility and other aspects and about distributing the work, It will also improve the execution slightly if there's a proper follow-up system we already have for that. And coming to the documentation, again, if you look at my points regarding TL projects, it is very clear that until unless they submit a proper documentation string, we won't be reimbursing it, which ensures that if there's a proper structure of documentation which will be available, and it will improve documentation gradually. And the other point is that the OKSP system, that is the online knowledge sharing platform, is planned to be launched in this tenure itself. And I will be using it as a platform to improve the in-general documentation regarding projects.
So now the panel may express their opinions on this topic.
So you mentioned that you would be giving stipends as an incentive for students to. What is the amount of the stipend?
The amount, will be decided by the organization. We have talked informally to TCTD members through project managers. They said it will depend upon the project type and the period and the availability. The stipend will be decided on that basis. NSS NIC thing, I have talked to their department heads. Their idea of thing will be that they will be funding the projects, not a direct stipend basis thing.
Can you still?
The stipend numbers may be around 5 to 10K.
Per month?
Yes.
TAs get 6 months. If I work in a startup for a month, I'll get 15 to 20K. Why is this any sort of an incentive for me to do a project?
This is an added initiative to the fact that these are really challenging problems, and these will be very limited numbers for people who are already available there and want to do such things.
Do you not think if they want to do such things, a small amount of added money is not really a marginal incentive?
It is an incentive to promote again. And as I said, these numbers are not something really fixed right now, because again, it depends on the type of organization. For projects like from other sources which comes from LMs, we can push for much higher stipends, which is pretty much possible, the numbers which you said. So it is just an added incentive to the thing to make it more lucrative.
My concern is regarding the continuation of projects. When we look at one of the reasons why majority of the projects remain incomplete is that the targets set have been too ambitious, or the requirements in fact are too ambitious to actually make some impact. And the team working on it is usually aiming to work on it for 2 months or say 1 semester or at max 1 year. And then it wants to move on and try to explore different areas. In which case it becomes necessary for some other people to pick up the projects and continue with it. However, I find that people generally do not have any incentive to pick up on projects which they have not started. Like even if you look at ITSP, you see that people have worked on some idea in the previous year. However, in this year again, people will start either try to reinvent the wheel or try to look at some different idea. It very rarely, or I'm not aware if it has happened that some team has picked up a project earlier one and tried to continue with it.
Yes, it is already the idea for taking the earlier projects in ITSP
Or in general.
less. In general, for the feasibility related aspect in TL projects, I would like to mention that we have specially taken care of that fact that we are setting the goal such that it is achievable within the period of 2 to 3 months or whatever period the guy wants to work in. So their project feasibility will be largely improved because it is well planned by a guy who has already undertaken a large number of projects. Coming to ITSP, the whole idea of shifting the cycle and splitting into 2 phases, that we will have initial phase of abstract cycle and then we will be iterating a lot on it, is to ensure that a lot of repetitive projects at least don't creep in, and to encourage them that they may take up some of the projects. That is a different issue, but at least repetitive projects don't creep in. That is the idea of bringing in 2 phases of abstract submission and ideation in between, and organizing special sessions to make them understand the importance of such things.
It still doesn't answer the question regarding continuation of a project from one team to another team. Because regardless of whatever you said, it will happen that team members leave and you will need others to work on that project.
TL
What is the
projects can
incentive?
cater to it, but ITSP projects is not necessarily for that purpose. It is for the idea that freshmen should come up with their own innovative ideas and try it out. It is not exactly for freshmen to follow up someone else's ideas. But the idea of TL projects, or to some extent winter projects, have the idea that if they start during this period, it can be extended to further work. So that caters to those sort of projects. ITSP is not meant for students to like always take it up someone else's project. It is just open for them. It's an open thing for them if they want to. This set of problems could be addressed in the summer winter projects extension thing which we can do.
Can you in general, in brief, not considering the manifesto points, lay out the principles which, or what you might think might be the factors which can ensure continuation of projects?
One thing is like rather than just making them realize, we have to initiate a talk between them and realize how important it is and their social goals of what that project is trying to do. We find a lot of times that once such sort of goals are very clear to people, they are ready to take up projects on voluntary basis, and such projects will be limited in number because it is ultimately run on a voluntary basis that we have to make them take those projects. And yes, it will not be a very large scale thing as a starting initiative from my side.
Okay, so it's a very serious point. Nobody laugh, please. Given that people do not continue projects, they give up in the middle, they keep shifting topics or choose topics which are not socially relevant. That is not really, that is a problem with human psychology that happens with people in all age groups around the world, and it's not something particular in your hands. So do you think we should conduct emotional intelligence events for freshmen to motivate them to continue their projects? Because that is what you kind of implied, that they would
No, it is
explain
not
them
for freshmen. Again,
for anyone. Do you think we should conduct events where we
It will
explain
not-
them the importance of social goals and
No, it's not explaining the importance of social goals. It is what that project is trying to achieve. What is that novelty of that project and how they could be part of that project and contributing to it and will affect and impact the lives of daily people.
I think
To some
we'll
extent,
stop it here due
2 to
to
3 people.
shortage of time. We'll move on to the more interesting part of the soapbox with the audience questions and questions from Insight. So we'll first ask the Insight to come up and ask their questions. In the meantime, if the audience are ready, please come up and.
Hello.
Hi.
So on your point on efficiently collaborating with academic council and department councils to increase diversity in projects by bringing in more department research projects and course projects, like what if this falls out or things are delayed from the collaborator department side? Like how many authorities or HODs are in favor of this? What is your plan about it?
Yes, I have already talked to a couple of professors as well as students regarding this. And the idea is that one problem which I came up during this thing is that some of them won't be really interested in displaying their current projects, but somehow it was convinced that they can display their past projects in that conference. And why these students would be actually interested for this initiative is that most of the time PhD students say that they need actual avenues inside institute where they can elements for practicing for presenting